Welcome to the Social Smarty Show, your weekly roundup of all the social media marketing news you need to know for the week ending the 1st of June 2025. Let's dive on in. First up this week in Instagram news, Instagram has announced that we can now share images in a 3:4 ratio. Now, what the heck does that mean? Well, a while ago, Instagram made a big change in the grid. So when we would look at our profiles in the past, we would see a collection of squares, a square grid. And then Instagram changed things up and we started to see a portrait size image in that grid. So all of our images on our profile now became more of a portrait size, so taller than they were wide. But here's the kicker. Those images were shown in a 3:4 ratio, which is a very standard image size. It's like a normal photograph. When you take a photo with your phone, that's often the size that it defaults to. But we couldn't actually upload images in that ratio. So we have been forced to use a 4:5 ratio and then allow for a little bit of the image to be cropped off at the sides, which can be a little bit frustrating. So moving forward, we can now upload images in the 3:4 ratio and they will show exactly as they are in the grid, in the feed, just literally nothing cropped off. So what does that mean for you? Well, number one, it means that we're not going to be sharing squares anymore. We already know this. But number two, it means we have options. We can either stick with the 4:5 ratio, which most people have now adopted, or we also have the ability to use that 3:4 ratio. The options are there now, so we don't need to stress too much about it. Next up, LinkedIn has added some new post analytics, so you can now see two really important metrics. Number one is how many profile views your post generated, how many people saw your post and were so motivated they went and checked out your profile. And then number two is how many new followers your post generated. So again, how many people saw that post and loved it so much that they decided to follow you. So these are a really great addition to LinkedIn's metrics or analytics. Facebook has rolled out some new features for live streaming. These include voice enhancements and the ability to select your audience. So now you can go live to a specific audience of people, or you can even go live just to yourself. Now, Threads is showing the number of recent posts created on a specific topic. So recently, Threads shared that when we create a thread on the platform Threads, when we post something, we typically get more views if we add a topic to that post. So now we can actually see the number of recent posts that have been created using those particular topics. Back over to Instagram. Instagram is testing suggested fixes for Reels. So when you go to post a Reel, you might see something pop up and suggest some things you can do before you post that Reel to improve it. Now, I have seen a screenshot of this, and the only suggestion that Instagram made was to add some hashtags to your reel. So I'm not sure how useful these suggestions will be, but it will be interesting to see how they roll out. Next up, Instagram is working on an option to add captions to stories. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, well, we can already do that. No, I'm not talking about subtitles. So when you add captions which turn your spoken words into actual written words so people can read what you're speaking. And I'm also not talking about adding text to the screen. What I'm talking about is an actual caption at the bottom of the screen. Think of it like reels. So when we watch a reel, at the very bottom, we've actually got a written caption on that reel. So that is what is being currently worked on for stories. Now over to TikTok. TikTok has lowered the follower threshold for TikTok Live access. So in the past, you had to gain 1,000 followers on your account before you were given access to go live. Now that has been reduced down to just 600 followers. So you should be able to get access to the live functionality much, much sooner. And lastly this week, the Edits app has of course had another update. Some of the new features include the ability to apply the same volume to all clips, 14 new video effects and 25 new color filters. There we have it. That is your social media marketing news for the week ending the 1st of June 2025. As always, come and continue the conversation with me. You'll find me all over social media at socialsmarty.co. And if you do have a minute to leave me a rating or a review, I would be super grateful. Until next week, stay social.